Yo, what is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. So I tweeted out this morning, we need some rumors, we need some news, because we just all got that itch right now. I mean, the West is out of Worlds. Yes, there is still some really, really awesome matches going on. Quarterfinals was insane. I'm sure semifinals are going to be great this weekend, but it's also late October. I mean, last season it seemed like offseason really, really, really started heating up in like September, and now we're almost in like November, and we still have like no big stories, no major stories. The kind of news cycle is just not hitting as hard as it has the past couple of years for whatever reason, and it's just kind of frustrating because we want something to get excited about. We want to be ready to go for next year, but sometimes you got to speak it into existence. Ask and you shall receive. Whatever. Today we have some big new Fnatic rumors to cover in this video, but first a word from today's sponsor, which is of course Prize Picks. We're back. They have been an absolutely amazing people to work with, and they have a great product. This is daily fantasy made easy, and if you get signed up today using the first link in the description below, they're actually going to match your first deposit up to $100. You can play on the website prizepicks.com. You can download in the Apple App Store or get in the Google Play Store today, and all you got to do for whatever you watch, whether it's traditional sports, esports, they offer League of Legends esports, Valorant, Worlds, they do ERLs, they do LEC, LCS, everything. All you have to do is select more or less on some props based around your favorite players or the players competing. Like for League of Legends, they do more or less than like a number of kills or a number of assists or a number of deaths, and obviously, we watch these esports and sports and things all the time. We have a lot of knowledge, and this is one way you can potentially put your knowledge to the test and potentially win some prizes as well. They offer big payouts, 24/7 live support, and fast and secure withdrawals. There's no better place to play than on Prize Picks. I think you guys should definitely check it out. And again, if you use the first link in the description below, helps out my channel, my content, me, and I would appreciate it a ton. And I know they would too, so give them a look. With that being said, let's get right into today's video, where we are talking about this Reddit thread from the Fnatic subreddit. They are talking about esports maniacos rumors about the Fnatic roster for 2023 with timestamps. This is all coming from this YouTube video here, which we can pull up real quick. We're going to get an ad, but I don't know exactly what this says, but obviously a new esport maniacos video that they have on their YouTube channel. I'll drop a like for them. You guys should always do that for, the content that you are supporting and interested in, all that stuff. But we do have a Reddit user that was nice enough to kind of break this all down, summarize it, because esport maniacos, they always do like big long content. They do streams, they do long videos, all this kind of stuff, and it can be hard, especially when you don't speak Spanish. They do speak English sometimes, but most of the time it is Spanish, to get all the information accurately and in one place and all that stuff. So I do appreciate when people on Reddit do some of these things, but you also have to take it with a grain of salt. They could be exaggerating some of the things that are being said. They could be saying the wrong things. They could be mistranslating all this different stuff. But here are some of the latest rumors from Reddit based on the esport maniacos recent video streams, all that stuff. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt. But what this person is at least saying is, here are the new rumors for the Fnatic roster for 2023. They say that Wonder is staying. They also say that Razork is very likely to stay, along with Humanoid in the mid lane. It does seem like, from what they're saying, that Wonder and Humanoid are the most likely to return, the most locks to be back for next season. And then Razork not being 100%, because they do say here, Eros says Razork is staying at 98%. Anonymotum, this is Alejandro, adds that there's just one scenario where he leaves, and that would be Fnatic Elyoya. Yusty says, from what he knows, Razork is staying. So it seems like the three of them together have pretty much said that Razork will be back next year. Maybe there is some really, really small outside shot of Fnatic Elyoya, which we know Fnatic has shown some interest in Elyoya in the past. There were some rumors in between spring and summer split about maybe getting something like that done, but it does seem like that top side will be staying the same. But in the bot lane, on the bot side of the map, this is where things start to get a little spicy and a little bit interesting. Again, I'm not totally shocked by this. This is something that I have been advocating, not necessarily advocating for, but just letting people know that, hey, this could happen. This is very, very realistic. This is very, very likely that Fnatic could be getting a new bot lane for 2023. And what they say here is Upset likely out, and Hylissang likely out. Now, they also do have a little piece about Yamato where they say Yamato is very likely to be out, maybe going to NA. Again, I don't think Yamato very likely being out is all that big of a shock. We've heard some rumors of that at some other sources, I do believe. But him going to NA would be kind of interesting. I don't even necessarily know what that means or where he's going to end up. I thought it was more likely he was going to end up as like a broadcaster, analyst, something like that. But maybe he's going to be a coach in NA. I don't know. To me, that would be a little bit strange. But maybe there are some teams that he could potentially do some cool things with. I don't know. But some of the other things we have here in this Reddit thread is Eros says Wonder has a 99% chance of staying with Fnatic, and Alejandro says Wonder and Humanoid are staying 100%. Yusty then asks Wonder and Humanoid staying 100%, and they both say yes. And then at 125.50, Yusty says that Upset and Hylissang are simpaticos, which means they are likely out. Eros says Yamato is shiny, which means is very likely to be out. And Eros added, it looks like Yamato likes the city of Los Angeles. So again, more just kind of hinting at the fact that Yamato could be going to North America. But Fnatic fans are obviously going to have some very, very mixed opinions on this, and I will say right off the bat, I can't imagine that this is Fnatic kicking Upset. That would just like literally make no sense unless he just like really doesn't fit in with the team or really doesn't fit in with the other players or anything like that. I would assume that this is Upset wanting to leave, which after what they've been through for the past couple of years, I don't think would shock a lot of people. Obviously, with the Worlds drama last year, how some of that stuff was handled, and then kind of just their constant like drama and weird stuff going on. We know that Upset wanted to scrim before Worlds, but the team didn't end up scrimming, and I'm sure, you know, there just seems like overall there was a lot of stuff that Upset and the org didn't really agree on, didn't really get along with. But he is still an amazing player and has been very, very good for Fnatic in the past couple of years. So I don't see any reason that Fnatic would want to kick him. Like I'm saying, I think Upset could possibly just want to move on. And also the team hasn't been that insane the past couple of years. Yes, they've made it to Worlds in back-to-back years, but obviously last year with the drama, we'll never know what would have happened. But this year they didn't exactly come into Worlds as like a big juggernaut or a powerhouse or anything like that. And for Upset, who is widely considered to be one of the best players in the LEC, you know, he could want to maybe be on a team that has a chance of doing a little bit more damage, which you could argue maybe Fnatic does next year, but also you could argue, hey, maybe Upset going to one of these other top LEC teams could have an even better chance of doing something like that. Or maybe it's just a change of scenery. Maybe the grass is always greener. Who knows? But also Hylissang being out. This one, I could see it either way. If Hylissang just needs a change or wants a change, or Fnatic just decided, hey, Hilly, you weren't really all that good in 2022. Maybe we're looking to move on. I could see that as well. Obviously, I don't know who the next Fnatic AD carry and support are going to be. There's obviously going to be some speculation about who the potential options are. There is a ton of good AD carries in the LEC. Support doesn't really seem as strong, but I'm sure there will be some people saying, hey, Bean and Ruck should get brought up. Bean was good at Worlds last year. Rux was good at Worlds this year. It could be interesting. It could be exciting to have some, I don't know, not youth, because Bean and Rux aren't like super young. I think Rux is like 23 or something like that. Bean, I think, is about to turn 21 or maybe already turned 21. But at least some more inexperienced players that can maybe bring something new to this team. Or they could go after, you know, some of the other prospects out there. There are a lot of big names. But obviously one of the names going to be being thrown around is going to be Reckless. I know Perks had this tweet too that people were talking about. Neon said, hey, Perks, how do you like your eggs? Poached, perhaps, you know, saying, hey, maybe Neon's trying to go to Vitality. And then Perks says, hey, I prefer eating them when I'm feeling upset. So, hey, maybe Perks is trying to poach, Upset over to Vitality as well. Who knows? But I also had this clip where Whippo talks about the fact that he thinks Reckless returning to Fnatic does seem rather unlikely. This maybe something we'll go more in depth in a future video, but I did think that was kind of interesting as well, and something that I at least wanted to show you guys about. But yeah, I don't know. Here are some of the latest rumors. Like I said, this is just Reddit's version or Reddit's telling of the Esport Maniacos videos and all that stuff. So if anything's wrong or incorrect, I do apologize. I don't mean to spread around, things that are necessarily inaccurate, but hopefully most of the stuff is good. Hopefully most of the stuff is accurate, or at least true to the things that they are saying or trying to say. But definitely some spicy Fnatic rumors going on. Like I said, none of this is totally shocking to me. This is what I've been saying. I think it makes sense if they keep the top side. I think it would make sense if Upset wants to leave. I think it would make sense if they want to move on from Hilly and try and go in a different direction, especially if they're going to be bringing in a new AD carry as well. But hey, I don't know. This could work out great for Fnatic. It could work out bad. Could work out great for Upset and Hylissang as individuals next year. Could work out bad. Who knows? We're going to have to wait and see. But at least the offseason is starting to spice up a little bit, which is something I am, of course, a very, very big fan of. Like I said, make sure you guys check out the first link in the description below for prize picks. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Peace.